Good morning, everybody. My name is Waddles. Welcome back to our wonderful floating raft here that we call, well, we don't call it anything. We never named the raft, and I don't feel like naming it today, but welcome back to the Raft Let's Play series / survival guide. That's what I've turned it into. Today is going to be all about improving the raft and, you know, kind of really advancing the game. There are a few big focuses that we are going to be focusing on today, and those things are the net, which I don't have in here quite yet, the sail, and the throwable anchor. So we're going to get into all of that. If you enjoy the video or the series or anything, leave a like, tell me about it down below, and let's go. So, last episode, we learned all about this bench here, and I have a bunch of recipes to actually learn. So I'm going to go ahead and learn these recipes. When you learn these recipes, they're good for your world. You only have to learn them once, and everybody in your world should have them as well. So if I had a friend on the raft, which I don't, but if I did, the friend would be able to craft these other things that I just learned. So, you know, I think we should actually start with a little bit of expansion. So I'm going to go ahead and expand the raft this way. I need a little bit more plastic, and then we can actually start the show. So let's start off with the sail. But to begin with the sail, I'm going to actually go ahead and craft a raised platform. When you are ready to build your sail, I recommend you do the same thing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my platform there, so that's fine. It doesn't really matter where you put it. You don't have to do this, but you'll see why I recommend it in a minute. And then we're going to go ahead and craft our sail. So here's our sail. If we were to put the sail right here and then open up the sail, we can change directions, right? Like we can go over to the left or to the right, but I can't see what I'm doing here with the sail, so I would have to close it and then look around and, you know, that type of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the sail and put it over on this platform. Now, you will have to rotate it so the sail will be diagonal, but now when I open the sail, I can see everything. So I can look around straight ahead and rotate the sail and see exactly where I'm going, which is, of course, a huge thing. Now, the sail is really big in terms of game progression because we can now turn our raft. Like, if we see something off to the left, we can drop the sail down and head over to the left. We just turn it, and then our raft is going to noticeably change directions. Now, every time you change direction, the items in front of you are going to change their spawning. So, as you can see, we kind of rotated it, and now we have a bunch of items spawning over there, and that's because I rotated my raft to go that way for a minute. Now, if I go ahead and craft a streamer, I'm not going to because I don't really need to, but the streamer can tell you which direction you are going. So you would put it down, and the flag will fly whatever direction you're going. It's pretty straightforward. Now, that is the sail. That's pretty much all we need to know about it. So, of course, the throwable anchor, which we could craft right now, but we're going to wait because we are going to talk about the net instead, the collection net. So this is a big thing in terms of progression. I'm going to need to get a little bit more wood, more materials, or needing more materials is a pretty common theme in this game if you haven't seen quite yet. So I guess it's fishing time for a little bit, just a few moments though. We don't need too much. And my hook broke. I don't think that's happened quite yet, so if your hook ever breaks, you can craft a new one in tools. Just make sure you save at least 1 wood and 2 plastic so you can make a new one. And you don't have to, like, jump in the water or anything because that's probably usually not very fun to do at all. Now, we should be good in terms of my wood now. So let's go ahead and just craft us up a net. The net is big. It's very, very nice. Like, big in terms of good. So here's our net right here. We can rotate it. It doesn't really matter. I'll go ahead and, I guess, put it like that and then throw it down. Now, this net is really, really useful because it will be picking up items for us. So if we wait here and these items, yeah, it looks like they're going to go right into the net. Boom. So there we go. This net is going to slowly collect up items, and then we can just pick it up. So the net is huge, like huge in terms of progression. And I hear you. Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, 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 no. Aha. How much health do we have? 20%. Ooh. So, I need some imagination from you for just a moment. Let's pretend I had a whole row of nets along the front of my raft here. Then I really wouldn't have to worry about items being picked up along the front of my raft because eventually, they're going to go into the net. So I could focus on either side of my raft, or I could focus on other things like steering and cooking and upgrading things and progressing just the game in general. So basically, your aim, once you get to this point in the game, should be nets galore. You want a bunch of nets. You're going to want to build as many nets as possible and spread them out. So don't put nets in front of nets and stuff like that. Really, if you think about it, you would only need a V of nets. So what I mean is, whoa. Oh no, the shark. No, what I mean is, let's say we had nets going all the way along this front and then straight back too. Now, the reason I say straight back is because if your raft is turned and it's going diagonal, then your nets will pretty much cover your whole area that you'll be sailing towards. Now, conveniently, we have an island up here, so I'm going to stop talking about the nets and talk about the anchor now. So, a throwable anchor. We need rope, wood, and stone, and I have all of that stuff, so we're going to go ahead and craft it, and then we place it down. You have to rotate it so the bucket is facing outwards. I think we'll put our anchor right there. It doesn't really matter. So I want to go to this island, but I don't really want my raft to be turned from hitting the island, so I'm going to use my sail to try and aim myself right next to the island. If I get right next to the island, that would be really good. Now, it looks like this is a higher up island, and I don't have any kind of, wood structure to get onto it, but that's completely fine. We don't really need to get onto the island. I just want to show you all of the stuff about this anchor. Now, if you close the sail, the raft is going to start going forwards. If you keep the sail open, the raft will go in whatever direction you're pointing your sail. So it looks like we're headed straight for the island, and I don't really like that, so I'm going to go ahead and turn us a little bit over this way and now start heading in again. And to be clear, you can hit the islands. It won't really do anything. Your raft will just turn, but I don't want my raft turned, so I'm trying to not hit the island. I just want to go close to the island, and I need this barrel. Thank you. Aha. Okay, so we're getting here with the island, and let's say I am ready to drop my anchor now. So I'm going to pick it up and then drop the anchor. Boom. Just like that. Then your raft will slowly come to a standstill and you're ready to go. You can close the sail, you can open it. It doesn't matter. You won't be moving as long as this anchor is down in the water. Now, the anchors are a one-time use thing. So, if you use the anchor, you're going to need to remove it completely before you start sailing again. But that is actually going to be about it for today. So, next episode, we will be talking about islands and what you should do with them, what you're looking for, all of that type of stuff. So, what you need to take from today's episode. Make tons of nets. Sails are good for sailing and aiming around, but you should put it on a raised platform. And the basic anchor is a one-time use thing. That's just about it, though, for this episode of Raft. My name is Waddles. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, drop a like, subscribe, let me know what you want to see from me, and then go have a good day. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.